Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I figured if I'm gonna start making some more videos, I might as well just start, without having to go all the way out to the cabin. So we're not going out there today, but I wanted to bring another issue to you guys because I got a great response back on my boiler issue. And this one's about my Boss DXT plow. So I've got a 8'2" Boss DXT V-Plow. That I put on the front of my Ram 2500. And last season, I think it was last season, yeah, or the season before, I had gone out, and where my cabin is, there is, they build quite a large ice road that goes all the way down to the power plant near the other end. And we had a lot of snow, so when they berm, when they create the ice road and they maintain it, they create quite a large berm on one side, which is always the side which my cabin is on, that I need to traverse to get to the cabin. So I had gone out there late. I hadn't put a pre-season road in. So I attempted to break through the ice berm with the plow. Now, I was able to get through it after a little while. However, long story short, and for those who obviously, who have used plowed and plowed snow, is once berms are formed and overnight they've frozen, they become like brick walls. And I basically took a little bit to get through these berms, and it's quite a rough go on both the plow and the truck. And I try to do it as delicately as possible, but on the other hand, I do have to break through them, and they are quite hard. But what I found is when I got back and I did a bit of a walk around inspection, I found that I had actually, there was a little bit of damage on the plow, which, kind of expected if you're ramming into things. However, it was in a location where I thought it was a bit weird, and maybe it was a bit of a design fault issue, because it just seems a little odd that it would be designed this way. Now, maybe it was a user error, me, maybe being a bit too aggressive with trying to break through ice berms, or maybe it's just a bit of a design fault. However, I'll show you what I encountered and what I quote unquote bent. And I love to hear your guys' feedback in regards to whether or not you've experienced this. And I'll try to walk you through the problem. Now, as you can see, this is a 8'2" Boss Plow DXT. It's just a regular steel one, nothing fancy. Ignore the punch bag lent up against it. So I'll squeeze through here. Actually, I'm gonna have to go around the other way here because apparently it's in the crampest of cramped spots. So I'll try to give you the best idea I possibly can. Okay, so down here, this is obviously the kind of the hydraulic casing around the edge. If we look behind it, hopefully you guys can see that. You can see this piece of metal here. And this piece of metal is essentially this piece of casing, the bottom part. And obviously with the plow not on the truck right now, this tower is kind of lent all of the way forward. But this piece of metal here, which protects the bottom of this plastic casing, where your hydraulic oil and stuff is, the bottom of this, right, this lip, got caught on these return springs. Now, it's interesting because I was trying to figure out how that would happen, and based off of what I can see, and again, I'm trying to get you guys a good angle to see. You can kind of see. I don't know if you can kind of see, this is kind of bent. Hold on, where's my hand? Right, yeah, this bit here, and again, it's not very clear for you guys. And let me see if I can get another light here. Hold your horses. Flashlight. Of course, my flashlight on my other phone doesn't come on. All right, bear with me. All right, there we go. All right, that's a much better view. Okay, as you can see, it's kind of bent. It's bent, and basically that metal lip got caught in these return springs. And the only reason why I think what's basically happened is when the plow pushes And again, I'll show you a better angle from here. Now I've got a bit of light on the situation. Obviously, when the plow goes, sorry, I'm going to turn this off. When the plow goes into the berm, it has a tendency to obviously go the path of least resistance. The plow has a tendency to kind of go up. Now, if the plow kind of goes up and then it kind of trips because obviously it hits its limits on the weight, it will then, obviously the plow will start to trip. So that means the return springs are kind of stretched out, but also the plow is up at the highest point too. So like the plow will go all the way up, it will trip, those springs open up, the springs are against essentially the I think they're called, it's like the tower, the bottom, and it pinched it and pulled that metal down, if that makes sense. So plow goes up against the berm, it trips because it can't go any further, and the springs open, and yeah, the plow is up as far as it will go, and the springs are up against the bottom of that, and it just snapped it and pulled it, and I think that's basically what happened, and it bent it right down. I was able to bend it back, and thankfully, nothing else was damaged. So I hope I gave you guys a clear enough view, and it'll probably be easier to see maybe the damage once the plow's on the truck, but it's also -30 out there this morning, and I don't really feel like getting a plow at the garage and going out there, to be quite honest with you. So I think that's more likely, that's what it is. I mean, maybe I was just being too aggressive with it, and maybe it's just not built to get through ice berms of that size. And you know, it could just be me, operator error. But it just seems a bit weird that that lip is in close contact with the bottom of that casing, casing protection. Because usually, I guess if you're kind of piling snow, right? If you're in, like, say, southern, or if you're in the States where they do a lot of snow plowing and a lot of snow clearing, I guess if you're got the plow in V mode, but in like scoop mode, sorry, and then you're pushing up and stacking high, the chances are your plow doesn't trip forward, resulting in that happening. Versus this, I'm going in V mode and I'm going in, the plow's going up, and then it's tripping because it can't get past it, and obviously to protect the components it trips, and then obviously then that's where it's up against that metal lip and it pinches and it pulls it down. So again, try not to repeat myself like 10 times on that, but that only seems to be the only way. I don't know, I'm just interested to know if you guys have encountered it, or whether it was just me. Interested to hear your feedback. Apologies, a bit of a quick video, but you know, guys were so useful on the last video around the DXT plow, so around my boiler system. So I figured I'd reach that one out there and see what you guys think. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by. Maybe a few more videos to come here in the next little while, but if I don't see you again, I'll see you on the next one.